Hello listeners, hopefully you are fine. Today we discuss about one band like music industry. Its name is AC and our DC. AC is basically the alternating current and our DC is called the direct current. So we can say that it is electronic field, and what an amazing band this is. I think this is the most popular and the most daring band of the history of the music industry. So let's start about what is the history of this AC and DC. Formations and the name in 1973 to 1974. In the November 1973, Malcolm and Angus Young formed AC or DC with bassist Larry Van Credit, vocalist Dave Evans, and ex-Masters apprentices drummers Colin Burgers and Jeannie Parsons. Booked the band to play at the Checkers nightclub on the New York City 1973. By this time, Angus Young had adopted his characteristic school uniform stage outfit. The idea was the sister Marvelous Angus had tried two other costumes, Spider-Man, Zorro, a gorilla, and the parody of the Superman named Superang. In its early days, most members of the band were dressed in some from the glam to the satin's outfit. On-stage events was occasionally replaced by the band's first manager, Dennis Luffman, who was the originally lead singer with the Sherbet. In Paul Stanning, a book AC over DC Two Sides of the Every Glory, it was stated that the events did not get along with the Longling, which also contributed to the band's better feeling towards events. Mark Holmes and Angus Young developed the ideas of the band's name after their sisters Margaret Young saw the initials AC or DC on the sewing machine. AC and DC is a abbreviation meaning the alternating current or direct current electricity. The brothers felt that this name symbolized the band's raw energy power driven performance on the music. AC or DC is pronounced one letter at the time of the bands are colloquially known as Eka and Decca in Australia. The AC over DC band name is stylish with a high voltage sign separating to the AC and DC and has been used to the public studios. By the middle of the 1974, the band had built up the strong live reputation which did it to sport the slow to the visiting of the Lou Reed, something in the 1974 on the recommendation of the Michael Chugg. Bon Scott era 1974 to 1980. Beginnings of the 1974 to 1976. In September 94, Bon Scott, an experienced vocalist and friend of the George Young, replaced Dave Evans after friend Vince Lawrence recommended him to George Young. Scott's appointment coincided with him working as a chef for the band at the time until the audition promoted him to the lead singer. Like the Young brothers, Scott was born in Scotland and immigrated to Australia in his childhood. The band had recovered only a single with Evans. Can I sit next to you, girl? Rockin' in the parlor. Towards the end of the 1977, bassist Mark Evan was dismissed. Evan described the disagreement with Angus and Malcolm as the contributing factor. He was replaced by the Cliff Williams, an experienced bass player who had played with several UK bands since the late 90s. Neither of the Young brothers has elaborated on the departure of the Evans to Richard Griffiths, the CEO of the Epic Records and the booking agent of the AC/DC in the mid-1970s. Later commented on the you knew Mark was not going to the loss. He was just too much in a nice guy. Mark Evans' autobiography like Rebirth 1980 to 1983. Following Scott's death, the band briefly considered to the quitting by the encouraging by the insistence from the Scott's parents that they would have been wanted them to carry on. They decided to continue and went about finding a new vocalist. Alan Freer of the Fat Lip, Rick Wakeman vocalist Gary Pickford, Hopkins, and Easy Bit singer Steve Wright were touted by the press to the possible replacement. Various other candidates were also considered, including ex-Moxie member Buzz Sherman, who was not able to join because of voice issues. Popularly regained 1990 to 1998. The band's 12th studio album, The Razor's Edge, was recorded in the vacuum British Columbia, Canada, and was mixed and engineered by the Mike Fraser and produced by the Bruce Fairman, who had previously worked with Aerosmith and Bon Jovi. Released in 1990, it was the major success for the band. Bon Jovi is one of the super band. The famous song name is It's My Life. You will be also written it in. You also will be listen in it, listener. In 2001, he introduced this song. and including hits Thunderstruck and Are You Ready, which reached to the number 5 and number 16 respectively to the Billboard's mainstream rock tracks charts, and the Money Talks, which peaked at number 23 and the Billboard Hot 100. The album went multi-platinum and reached as top 10 in September 10, 1991. 1.6 million people attended the Monster of the Rock festival in Moscow to enjoy the first open-air rock concert to the held in the former Soviet Union. The show, also featuring the Pantera, the Black Crowes, the Metallica, had one of the largest attendance ever the musical events. Popularity of confirmations like in 1999, AC over DC recorded their 14th studio album, Stuff Upper Lip, produced by the brother George Young at the Warehouse Studio. Against the Vancouver release in February 2000, the album was better received by the critics than the Ballbreaker, but was considered lacking in new ideas. The Australian release included Bonis's disc with 3 promotional videos ideas. In the other hand, we discuss about the multiple lineup changes and the hiatus 2014 to 2018 on 16 April 2014. In response to the earlier reports that the band may be disturbed due to the Malcolm Young's illness, Brian Johnson commented that the AC over DC were not completely disturbing, stating, "We are definitely getting together in May in Vancouver. We are going to pick up the guitars, have a plonk and see if anybody has got any tunes of the ideas. If anything happens, we will be recorded in July 2014. AC over DC announced that they had finished recording their next album and that Malcolm's nephew Stevie Young replaced Malcolm in the studio. Musical style like AC over DC have referred to themselves as a rock and roll band, nothing more, nothing less. In the opinion of the Stephen Thompson's Alvine and the All Music, they are one of the defining acts of the 70s. Had rock reaction to the period art rock and arena rock executed, and AC over DC rock was a minimalist. Criticism. Throughout the band's career, their songs have been criticized as the simplicity, monotonous, deliberately low, raw, and sexiest. And David Marchis from the Vulture wrote that regardless of the lyrical, whether it was Scott who was capable of the real with color. Accolades. AC over DC have something for influences on the new wave of the British heavy metal bands who emerged in the late 1970s, such as the Saxon and the Iron Maidens, in part of the reaction on the decline by the traditional early 1970s and hard work bands in 2007. If band members discuss about it, the current members are the Angus Young, the lead guitar, occasional backlist vocal 1973 to present, Phil Rod drums 1975 to 83, 1994 to 2015 and 2018 and presently. Cliff Williams bass backing vocals 1977 to 2016 and 2018 present. Brian Johnson led vocals 1980 to 2016, 2018 to present. Stevie Young rhythm guitar backing vocals 2014 to present during 1998. Former members like Malcolm Young, the rhythm guitar backing vocals 1973 to 2014, Dave Emmons led vocals 1973 to 1974, Larry Van Kredick bass saxophone 1973 to 1974, Colin Burgess drums 1973-1974, Neil Smith bass 1974, Ron Carpenter drums 1974, Russell Colvin drums 1974, Noel Taylor drums 1974, Rob Valley bass 1974 to 1975. Peter Clark drums 1974 to 1975. Bon Scott led vocal 1974 to 1980. Died in 1980. Okay, Paul Matters bass 1975. Died 2020. Mark Evans bass in 1975 to 1977. Simon Wright drums into 1983 into 1989. Chris Slade drums in 1989 to 1994. 2015 to 2016. Axl Rose touring lead vocal 2016. Like awards, main article list discography. We discuss about the studio album High Voltage 1975, TNT 1975, High Voltage 1976, Dirty Deeds Don't Dirt Cheap 1976, Let There Be a Rock 1977, Powerage 1978, Highway to the Hell 1979, and Back in Black 1980. For those about the rock, we salute you 1981, Flick of the Switch 1983, Fly on the Wall 1985, Blew Up Your Video 1988, Third is Raj 1990, the Ball Breaker 1995, Stiff Upper Lip 2000, and Black Ice 2008, Rock or Bust 2014, Power Up 2020. So if we discuss about the tour, the Australian clubs tour 1973 to 1975, high voltage Australian clubs tour 1975, TNT tour 1975 to 1976, high voltage tour 1976, international version Dirty Deeds Don't Dirt Cheap tour 1976 to 1977. So we have I think that listeners, it is interesting videos for you. If you have some suggestion, you can give me suggestion on my comment section. I will be more I will more appreciate to your interest, and will be make video more beautiful as per your opinion. And if you like my video, please subscribe me. Hopefully next time we will discuss a new version. Okay, thank you very much. God bless you. Bye bye.